Watch who?
Hello. And welcome to Watch Who, a Doctor Who podcast. I'm Mark.
I'm Sarah.
I'm a Doctor Who fan.
And I'm new to watching Who.
Watching for the very first time.
Very first time.
And we're working our way through Torchwood.
Yes.
Series 1 at the moment.
It's so weird saying it's a Doctor Who podcast and then we mentioned Torchwood.
The world of Doctor Who.
So really weird.
I think we're just hanging out in the hub today again.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Just hang out in the hub, don't we?
Yeah, I was trying to work out what bar she's in.
Oh, well, I can let you know that. But we have a guest today.
We do. The gays love him. It's Luke.
Yeah.
Hello. It's suitable that I'm on a gay episode of Torchwood, isn't it, really?
That's it. Perfect. Welcome back.
I love that you changed your name to Lesbian Tosh, by the way.
That's in my head, that's what I knew this episode as. It's been so many years, that's the only thing I sort of remembered.
Well, that's what you do, don't you? Like the one with the maggots, lesbian Tosh. It's the same thing, isn't it? I was trying to think of a link between when you were on last time for Deadly Assassin and this episode, but Chancellor Goth didn't really have any lesbian trysts or anything.
Oh, there was no women at all in Deadly Assassin, is there?
Well, there you go, from one extreme to the other. There we are.
Strangely, though, I don't think it's kind of a lesbian moment, isn't it, rather than anything else?
Yeah.
That's the way to think of it. She doesn't seem happy about it.
No, she still loves Owen, I think.
She does. Why, we'll never know, but
It's Greeks bearing gifts this week. But before we get into that, I just wanted to have one slight update, and I don't think I've mentioned it for a few weeks. The Ross file.
Oh, yeah.
I am declaring a cold case.
Yeah, you haven't heard. I knew you weren't going to hear an old email from Hotmail from...
He's not emailed back. I have one possible lead that I could still go with, which is messaging my friend Tom, who I also haven't spoken to for like 25 years, to ask where Ross is, who I haven't spoken to for 25 years, but I'm not sure about that. But at the moment, I'm declaring it a cold case. It's just going to be on the computer, on Tosh's computer, as unsolved at the moment.
I really want to hear from Ross. I really don't want to hear from Ross, because if you have to open up, oh yeah, this conversation, and then he listens to this.
Well, you see,
how would you feel, Mark, if Ross started listening to this?
That would be great. You could get that would be
you'll
great.
You'll listen to him like being badmouthed and shit upon.
But the problem is, though, if I got in touch with Tom, he's the I can make sperm one. So that would be even worse if I get in touch with him.
That is my favourite Too Much Who story.
So, that's why I haven't really been in touch. But anyway, it's going away for the moment. It's in the other cold cases with did Sophie Aldred teach me gymnastics or not, which I might have another lead on that, actually. I was doing some digging on that as well. So for the moment, though, the files are shut. Anyway, let's talk about Torchwood.
It was a short-lived inquiry from Mark.
It was exciting at the time.
About, 6-7 weeks? He sent one email.
Anyway, let's talk about Torchwood. And Luke, it would be good to know your feelings on Torchwood and to get another fan's opinion on sort of how Torchwood is generally perceived, because the way I've been talking about it to Sarah is that it's a bit hit and miss with people.
Okay, I love Torchwood, but I feel like I'm the only one. I think that's probably the best way to put it. I love how messy and unstructured and in parts shit that it is, but I think because you don't get anything like it on TV now, you never would. If Torchwood got commissioned now, 80% of it would be changed, maybe for the better. But the fact is, you just wouldn't get it, and I think that makes me.
It's so of its era.
It makes me so nostalgic for the 2000s, all the ugly bits and good bits. So I don't know. There's something about it that's great. Also, I find that sort of non-Who fans quite like Torchwood. They tend to bring it up a bit. If they grew up at this time, like they quite like it. You mentioned on an earlier show I wonder if anyone's ever watched Torchwood and not. There was someone I've come across someone that didn't know it was related to Doctor Who, just watched it.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know how you would not know. I'd like to, I would love to meet that person that was like, well, this show is great. Or what other shows do they like if they've not watched Doctor Who? So it's just so part of Doctor Who in my mind. And it's also, it's difficult to sort of discuss, only up to like this is like up to episode 7. But I feel like the first series is more
I think
hit and miss as it goes
frowned
on.
upon. And I don't like people frowned upon things anyway, so I tend to support the underdog. It gets frowned upon because it's a bit, it's not adult, it's adolescent, it's teenagers, and I'm like, yeah, but I quite like a show where the scene can just suddenly get bored with itself and be like, let's just snog. I'm quite into it.
I think it's very adult, you see. I don't think of it as... It does remind me of that era of... Like, I keep comparing it to Hollyoaks.
Well, I do get that.
Because soaps aren't shot in a big production value way, apart from when they're doing big episodes.
I think it's those sort of not drone shots of the city that are in a lot, and I've noticed it a lot in this one. There's a lot of B-roll in this particular episode.
The end of this one is like a good 40 seconds
exactly.
of the
there's a lot of that
highlight.
over the Millennium Centre. There's so much of that.
You know, like in the 60s when they couldn't stop because they only had like 2 stops. It feels like that, but in the 2000s, and it probably was like that. But they had like half the budget and half the time of a season of Doctor Who. So it feels like every shot was the shot they used. The first shot was the shot they used.
It's just again and again, isn't it? Did you watch this at the time, though?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I was.
So how old were you?
I was 10, right?
Oh my God.
So I vividly remember it because I went into my sister's bedroom. She was away, and like my parents let me stay up because it was a Doctor Who spin-off, but they were watching something else downstairs, and like it went out double billed with the sex gas episode. It just sort of blew my mind as a kid. But I remember, like, you don't really take it in. You're too young to sort of take it in. But I remember getting in the car the next day with a friend's mum that was taking me to school. And she must have asked me, like, did you watch it? And I was like, oh, yeah, it was good, wasn't it? And she was like, really? You watched it? And I remember finding it odd at the time. But now I can absolutely see why.
That's so interesting because I'm watching it with my partner at the minute, and he was 12 when it was on. Exactly the same thing. His parents were like, oh, it's a Doctor Who thing. And then they started watching it and they were like, nope, you're not watching this. He never has watched it. He's never seen it.
Well, I think that sex gas one was one of the worst early ones that a parent could have seen. I think if they'd seen one of the other ones, there tended to be horrors and stuff on in the house. I was pretty good with horrors anyway. So I think it only would have been the sex one that would have...
Yeah, he said they did the second one and he's watching it and he went, nope, this isn't for you. And he never watched it again. That's so interesting.
Yeah, there's something about that one, isn't there?
Like me in South Park. My parents, I used to watch South Park at 7 because my parents thought it was a cartoon and they used to put it, like, oh, South Park's on. Sarah, off you go. And they put me in front of a TV, turn the TV on and walk away. They never watched a single episode of it. They had no idea.
Because it's a cartoon.
They just thought it was a cartoon.
Yeah, my parents just thought it was Doctor Who.
It's Northern parents for you, Mark. Sorry. You just stick them in front of the TV.
Well, I suppose, I'm just trying to think. I suppose the equivalent I had was what I was watching like Red Dwarf at like 9, 10.
There's no orgasmic energy in Red Dwarf.
But Red Dwarf has similar stuff. Red Dwarf has got some similar stuff.
I watched Red Dwarf when I was young. I remember watching Red Dwarf at like 10, 11.
That's it's a sort of the same kind of tone.
No, sorry, love.
No, Torch is worse, isn't it?
My brother had Red Dwarf and we used to watch that.
But the thing, I don't remember loving it at the time or whatever. It would have just washed over me. I would have gone, it's good.
I think at 10 it probably did just wash over you. If you were like 12, 13, where you're suddenly in an age where you're starting to connect it a bit more.
I remember thinking, Christ, this is naughty. but not like in a way where it's any tangible in any way.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
I know I shouldn't be watching this.
There he is.
Yeah, well, that's it.
That's
So yeah,
funny.
But I've loved it more
Um,
in time. That is an episode I go back to all the time as well. I find it so fun. But
well, the sex
oh
one.
yeah, the two that get generally frowned upon again by like the thing. Oh, that one and Cyberwoman. Mark's already told me off, Mike, that you've had a good reaction to Cyberwoman.
That's our
I
favourite so
enjoyed
far.
Cyberwoman.
Yeah, they were my two like absolute favourites when I first started watching Torchwood because they're a bit more pulpy and fun and had a bit more.
Yeah,
about them.
I really enjoyed Cyberwoman. I mean, she got she had her heels or whatever, but like generally, I did enjoy it.
I think I quite liked how it connected into Doctor Who at that point as well. It felt a bit more like
It did feel connected.
And then we loved Countryside as well last week,
That
which
is
is
great.
completely different. That is like its
Yeah,
own little mini horror film,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that
for
is
me,
great.
it's been going up, 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 and then this week has been a boo back down because this was
Okay.
a real.
Well,
I'm going to be honest with you. It's the first week that I stopped and checked how long was left of the episode, and we were halfway through, and I was like, bloody hell.
okay. Well, let's talk about this week's episode then. Right. Well, let's go through it as we normally do and discuss. So we start off. Well, we got like a nice little pre-titles with a historical intro. That's a little bit different. Quite like that. No? Yeah. No, she's back in time. It's like 1800s.
Oh, that
because it's
bit, yeah.
Mary.
For some reason, I thought you meant. I don't know what I thought. I thought you meant the actual titles was historical.
Because you see Mary and you see something's happening, and actually that actress, I was trying to place her, and she's most known for being in My Family. So she's like the daughter.
That's who it is. Oh my goodness! You know when you're like, we looked her up, and there was all this, and I was like, no, it's not that. It's not that. What is it? It's My Family. That's who it is. Yes.
Yeah, she's done. That's her biggest thing, and that would have been on around that time as well. I would have thought. She would have just come out of My Family.
Huge.
Yeah, that was a massive sitcom. I never watched it, but I
was too young for My Family. I was just watching Torchwood.
It's like a big sitcom. It went on for years.
Big sitcom. It had what's his name? Chris. Well, hang on, we're gonna have to look it up.
So it was Zoe Wanamaker.
Yeah.
That Mary from Torchwood, and Chris, the one that they always say is going to be the Doctor, and he's not. What's his name?
I'm looking it up. Chris Marshall.
Oh,
Chris Marshall. Chris Marshall was the older brother, and
Robert Lindsay was the dad.
Robert Lindsay was the dad. So yeah, that would have been. She would have been really recognisable at the time, I think. So we've got that nice little setup. Something's going on, but the big thing to start this off is Gwen and Owen. I think we should just start talking about that because it's from the off, isn't it? Where they're looking at the body and they're already from last week. So just to
Can I
recap,
ask a question just before we go any further, Luke. What are your thoughts on Gwen?
Oh, I love Gwen. I know that's not what you want to hear, but
why?
I think because she's such a fuck up as a main character. It's so interesting.
The reasons you love her are the reasons I hate her.
Probably. I mean, in this episode, I love her because she's such a slut.
Well, she's not in it as much this week. I mean, she was in it a lot at the beginning. It was all about Gwen. I think that's when we got a little bit tired of her. But the whole Gwen and Owen thing. So in Cyberwoman, we put that down as it was like a stressful situation, adrenaline. They were locked in that cupboard. And then Countryside again, we put it down for like Gwen was shot, and then she started like touching his head and stuff, and it being weird. And then they've been through this even more stressful situation, and then that happened. But now we find out in this episode it is carrying on.
I mean, I kind of thought that it was going to carry on. It worked well how it fit into this, that it carried on. Like, good story arcing.
Like, I feel like this episode, is placed here for that reason in the run.
And it is quite funny with it. You know, like the thoughts that they're having are quite funny when she's like, I couldn't do it in front of a weevil. And and Owen's like sort of rubbing his pants. He's like, I'm gonna have to sit weird until this subsides. Like,
I liked it. For me, the first part worked really well. I think where I got a bit bored of it is that that's all they thought of, generally. I just can't imagine that's all they're thinking about.
That's Torchwood. They're just always thinking about sex.
Well, that's it. And then they get a bit of Yanto as well. He's still thinking about Lisa and stuff, or he's still a bit depressed, isn't he?
I was rolling my eyes, sorry. No one could say it.
But we've had a few hints that Tosh likes Owen a little bit, sort of came up. There's been a few, not anything big. It's more in this episode. But it is like that is a big part of this episode. It's like that relationship and how Tosh feels. And
look, for whatever reason, these women are drawn to him. The only reason I can think of is the only man around.
well,
It's literally the minority situation.
well, that's the thing. Because also we had a very brief, almost Jack and Gwen touch each other up with the guns, and like they snogged. Like you think that's going to be something.
Your boss. You ain't getting with your boss, right? Like, let's be honest. Let's go back to
Jack is, he's too good for a hoe like Gwen, isn't he?
Yeah. Exactly. If you go to the London one, they were all shagging each other there. They were going off
Which
to
one?
The one in, we saw Torchwood London, didn't we? In
Oh, you mean in Doomsday?
Doctor Who, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
He's like messaging on the IM.
Yeah,
going,
no,
want to meet in a corridor? Yeah, sure. And then, they go off and become cyber people. But like, they're going off for a quick shag, aren't they? It was all set up, Torchwood. You're right. Torchwood is all about sex and like shagging. And they're all like, oh, they don't think we know. I think it's just like shagging your co-worker, isn't it? That's all they've got. Like, and they are a very small team in Cardiff.
Well,
London had a load of them to work for. There's just like the 4 of them. Why is the Cardiff team not any bigger? 5 of them, sorry, Yanto.
there was definitely a part in this where, you do sort of think, are they doing any work?
Well, there was a part in this where I was like, this was definitely the episode where I went, in fact, I said it out loud. I went, what does Torchwood do? And I went, well, they employ Gwen for a start. She does fuck all. What is she doing in this story? At least what's his name's looking at a body, and what's her name? Lesbian Tosh has some like paperwork to be doing. Gwen has fuck all to be doing. She's doing nothing. All she's doing is mimicking what's his name? I keep forgetting his name. What's his name?
Owen?
Owen, thank you. I keep forgetting his. I need to write their names down. Owen. She's mimicking Owen, like, oh yeah. Oh, I want to shag him. That's all she's doing. And then, like, she's nothing to do. She's useless. She provides nothing. She has no casework or paperwork. Jack's doing something.
Jack's on the phone to the Prime Minister, isn't he?
Yeah, Jack's got stuff to do.
But is that not quite nice at this point in the series that Gwen's got nothing to do? Because the loads of the other episodes have just been about her. I quite like that the focus is suddenly shifted onto Tosh, but the storylines are carrying on in the background.
Yeah, they've all sort of had their moment, haven't they, so far? And this is Tosh's turn.
No, I like that. I just but it almost proved my point that like she's just going there every day and has no work.
But does he say to her in one of the early episodes? He's like, we brought you here as like a conscience, as like you're like, you bring human reason. I admit she didn't do any of that in this episode.
No, she's fuck all.
She hasn't really done a lot.
That she would get a message. There was some sort of thing really early on. She's out with. Well, actually, this is the episode where we don't see Reese.
Well, no, we didn't see him last week either. Actually, we haven't seen him for a bit.
We did. Did we not get a call? Oh no, we didn't get a call last week.
We didn't get a call. No, there's usually a phone call or something. But no, we haven't seen him.
But last week's the first one we did, but this week we didn't as well. Oh no, we did see him last week. She sat on the sofa with him before she went off with.
I think that was the week before. Oh, maybe. I can't remember.
No, she comes back and she sat on the sofa having her inner monologue, and then she goes off and shags Owen.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the first week.
We even joked, we're like, there must be something in their contracts that Reese has to make an appearance.
Yeah, it has to come back to him.
Or just like a physical appearance. But this one, he makes no appearance at all.
And actually, there was space in this episode to have a scene with Reese. There was plenty of space. Instead of all of this cutaway to just random crowds and stuff.
I thought it was coming at the end, to be honest. But it didn't.
It never came.
But it was just more drone of nighttime. That was it.
I thought, because she's out having like dinner with Reese, and she's going, and he's, you got this new job, so what's it about? And then suddenly she gets a message from Torchwood. So I thought it was more like, we'll call you when we need you sort of job.
Well, they're all
I don't
because
know,
Owen looks at that body for ages and doesn't really do anything. And actually, when he works out with the heart thing later on, Gwen could have been doing that on the computer. That's the police work.
Yeah.
Oh, she should be
But
useless.
it does feel like this episode is like Torchwood on a Sunday. Right? There's just like not much going on anyway. Like, just let them off.
And I mean, poor Jack. I was just skipping ahead. When Tosh brings Mary in, Jack's like, great, another one. Yanto's brought in Lisa. What did Owen did? Sorry, I'm sure it's like, great. It's everybody just going to bring somebody in that they should. Do they never learn? It's
But
like
I
they've
think-
all.
But I almost think like he can allow it because, I mean, like to some extent, because they're human. There's like a human element of like, I don't know.
Yeah, and he's
I
put
think
this
the
gang of fuck ups together.
That's the thing,
It's his
he's got them all there.
responsibility, isn't it? I think that's why I
Their
like Gwen.
influence, like he almost says it like you've been acting different, you've been acting strange. He almost expected this to happen. The Yanto one, I think, took them all by surprise because Yanto had not been acting different in any way.
That bit is aged like milk, though, hasn't it? When he tells her that she's acting different.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he says like his friend Vincent turned into Vanessa, and don't trust a friend that's acting out of character. And I was like, Christ, the Gen Zers would be calling him a turf and cancelling him from Twitter like that.
I know.
No, but I think Gwen. I think because anyone could be Gwen. That's sort of the weirdly inspirational thing about Torchwood. So if you're just in the right place at the right time, you might somehow end up in Torchwood. Whether you'd want to, I suppose, is another question. But like,
But I think that's my issue with Gwen. This is what I've said before.
she's meant to be the
When it's the
everyday
doctor,
person.
When it's a doctor, that is the best part of it because you could be anyone and you get to go on these amazing adventures and that could be you. But Torchwood is an organisation and it's a job. That's where I have the difference. That's where
I suppose. Yeah, but I suppose so. The equivalent is you get a job at unit, I suppose.
But I prefer Torchwood to Unit so much because it is like a student house where they do alien stuff occasionally.
Oh, for sure. And it's like it's having like a different. It's like almost having like your first job. I almost feel it's all like, well, to be honest, Mark, it's like us working at the gate.
Yeah,
So they've been
probably.
like sort of stupid stories, and we were like in charge of stuff, and we were like, "How the fuck are we in charge of this shit?
Oh
We
my
don't know
God.
why are we in
Yes, yeah.
charge of this stuff?" It's that sort of job. It's like your first job, and you're like, "How am I in this position?" or "What am I doing?" or it's like learn everything you learn on the job, and you're like, "What is going on? How am I in this position?" That's Torchwood, and it is sort of rogue and rough, and like that sort of element of it, but I think it is still a job, and I think that's why I really struggle with Gwen because I'm like,
she's not taking it
She's
seriously.
getting
She's
paid so much.
unqualified.
Yeah, she's getting paid a
Right.
lot.
so unqualified for anything.
Oh, brilliant.
And most of the time, she makes things worse.
Like, everyone reacts to Torchwood differently. I've never heard that I hate Gwen because she's being overpaid.
Well, going back to the story.
It says a lot that this is the Tosh episode and we barely mentioned it, but yeah, please.
Well, we'll talk about Tosh. So Tosh, after all that stuff, so Tosh goes to a bar and meets Mary. She's called Mary, isn't she? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What
she's in the
bar is
bar.
it, Mark? Tell me.
So it's it's no longer there. It was Fat Cats.
Where's Fat Cats?
Fat Cat Cafe. We're near Tiger along that
Oh,
road.
I used to go to Fat Cats all the
I
time.
know.
Fat Cats.
It's Fat Cats, yeah.
I used to go on ladies' night to Fat Cats.
The last time I went to Fat Cats,
Well, actually, we all used to go to ladies' night at Fat Cats, whether you were a male or whatever, because they did an amazing deal. You got a meal and a cocktail for a tenner on ladies' night.
well, that's why
But
Tosh
for
and
a
Mary
man.
stayed. That's what they were doing.
Everyone did. Ladies' night, £10 for a meal and a cocktail.
Well, last time I was there, you have on the tables, there was like a little vase with like a flower in. I got dared to drink the water from the vase. That was the last time I was there.
So,
So-
did I dare you to do that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, it's not there anymore. So location
Oh, it's
watchers, sorry, you can't recreate that moment,
We
unfortunately.
go to Fat Cats and then we'd
But-
go Lloyd's and have a Weatherspoons cheap night. Oh.
But Tosh and Mary stay for ladies' night at Fat Cats and get chatting. And so then we have this pendant thing, and she can hear everyone's thoughts and stuff. And then that's done quite well with everybody in the bar and everything.
It's a simple idea. It's a very simple idea.
It's a simple idea. I think the dialogue's quite good though, like the overheard dialogue from people. I really like the bit in the street later on where that guy's walking past in a suit and he's what is it? It's got like the James Bond quote in his head.
Yeah.
That is great.
It got me thinking, like, that is actually just Queen Street. And I was like, I can't even think of the things I'd have been thinking walking down there some days.
Because there's loads of people going down with, like, you know, you got that guy who's going to kill his family and other people that have got problems. And then he's just like, Mr. Bond, I've been expecting you because he's in a suit.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite good. And there's, some of all the different lines. I mean, it's been done before. It's that Mel Gibson film, isn't it? What Women Want. That's what it is, where he can hear people's thoughts. So it's what Tosh wants.
It reminds me of Heroes. Do you ever watch Heroes? There was a guy, one of the guy's superpowers was that he could hear thoughts.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. But I'm surprised actually it's not been done in anything. I'm going to say this has not been done in any Doctor Who stuff before, but it probably has in terms of like not exactly the same way. I don't think.
Yeah, but going back to like Tosh when she's like hearing it all for the first time and all that, I don't know. I found it a very dramatic.
You thought she'd had one too many at Fat Cats?
Yeah. Even that guy thought that they'd had one too many.
Yeah, this is all of their training. Surely they should have been. Jack should have trained them for like, don't just have one drink and give all of Torchwood secrets away.
Yeah, don't just like talk to strangers.
No, what? She doesn't even finish that glass of wine.
Yeah, she has like one glass of wine. That's it. She's just like. But I suppose to be fair to her,
the emotional reaction, isn't it?
She's just had all that stuff with Gwen and Owen before. They've not really been that nice to her. And it's been building a little bit before then as well in some of the other episodes. So they sort of drive her towards that. So you can't blame her. And we haven't really seen much else of Tosh. I
did enjoy, that's probably the best element. I enjoyed Tosh being shaped more than this one-dimensional character that she has been shaped so far. And that was quite nice.
Yeah, I think, especially at this point, she's the least interesting character. And making it gay is at least something.
Well, okay. We'll go to that. We see Tosh's house. We get to see her house, which is quite nice. I love her kitchen.
Mark, can you tell me that?
She lives along, not far from the, if you're going from the Millennium Centre towards the bay, along that road. It's like if you just walk down towards the bay, it's along that bit. It's where they were. So in Ghost Machine, where that tunnel bit is, it's literally the same road.
Oh, that bit. Yeah.
It's the same road.
You'd think she'd be able to afford better than a terraced house.
I know, it's not the nicest
What are you on
bit.
about? Owen lives in an empty office.
That's like a really nice, but that's down the bay. And
yeah, it's nice.
Along the front, looking over the water. She's just sort of along the river bit. Yeah, it's not that. But she's probably...
That makes sense a bit, though, for the characters, I suppose, doesn't it?
And she's probably not there. She's probably just they're all at Torchwood the whole time, aren't they? Having pizza and stuff.
You would be. It looks like a right lad.
Yeah, but she has a nice kitchen, though. I quite liked her kitchen. She's got a picture of Owen on the fridge, so that sort of adds to the... Yeah. And I actually looked up that egg cup that Mary uses as an ashtray. It's a Lessie, and it's £20 on Amazon. You can get that egg cup if you want that. It's like a little person, and he's got a little hat on.
You can get him in John Lewis.
They're in John Lewis, yeah.
Yeah. I love that you looked up that it was the Lessie teacup.
That's brilliant.
Of course you did.
I mean, that in itself really was based nostalgically in the 2000s, though, wasn't it? The fact it was commented upon that Tosh doesn't have any ashtrays in the house. It was like,
oh yeah, and then because Mary's smoking a lot throughout this in all the bars and everything.
I mean, that's the thing as well, because now they'd be vaping. She'd be in bed vaping.
And the fashion, I mean, what Mary wore throughout was really like Stacey, like from Gavin and Stacey, wasn't it?
When Gwen was talking about her clothes,
the boots and the jeans.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also, sorry, can we just go back to her house a sec? Her house, the downstairs, I quite liked the setup, but upstairs seemed, when we go to bed later, seemed very I don't know whether they'd like designed it in such a way. The whole setup, I was like, have we just gone really stereotypical here? Because once they got Mary in like a Japanese robe,
something like that.
And then the wardrobe had like Oriental wallpaper in the background, and I was like, this doesn't feel like Tosh.
No, but I'm just going that she's not there very much, so she's just it's just whatever's there. She doesn't.
It was already there.
look
It came
around.
with the house.
Yeah, it was already
Like,
there.
but it's so weirdly like, I don't know. I was just kind of like, have they gone? Oh, we have an Asian character. Let's put a load of Asian references in here. That feels like what's happened because downstairs doesn't have that at all.
I don't know. I think maybe upstairs is a set and downstairs is a real kitchen. I don't know. It looked a bit more set-like.
They seem to come in from.
It looked a bit more set-like to me.
You're right,
but then
sorry, just picking up on a comment Sarah said like half an hour ago. But because we're talking upstairs, so she's just had sex with Mary, but she doesn't quite look like she's enjoyed it.
No, she doesn't.
But then
she's not happy at all.
It carries on.
It's very
not
conflicted.
the sex, but it carries on, and she has feelings for her.
Well, it's very sudden, and Mary is letting herself in and out of that kitchen with all the shopping in and out, just as normal straight away. She's moved in. She's like, I'm bringing stuff around tonight.
This is how you know it was the 2000s. If I was doing a cooking now, I'd be like, right, this one meal, and it's like 5 things, like, you know. But like, they've got. Did you see how much food was out on that counter?
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah,
that was like a week's worth of shopping.
Yeah, she's doing the weekly shop already. She's getting in there.
It was an absolute mammoth feast.
It must be sort of. I just don't think she's had, because in Countryside, she's like the last person she kissed was Owen at New Year's Eve. So I think it's just anybody is showing her interest. I think.
Yeah, I think she's just meant to be a tragic figure.
I think she's very shocked by it. I think it's sort of a conflict to her because it's not who she thinks she is. But like you say, it's someone giving her. Because
even when she turns in, that we see the alien, she's like, "Oh, I had sex with you."
Yeah,
like,
I think it makes her feel special, and she just doesn't feel very special, and that's quite sad. I think she's a very sad character.
Well, I really like her. Actually, she's one of my favourites. I think she might be my favourite Torchwood character.
Are you speaking like overall? Because I think at this point there's nothing really there until this episode gives it at least a dimension of sadness.
I think she's really sad.
But she's had all that sadness in all. I think from the beginning that we've seen her, she's and
the fact that Owen can just do her job, as proven by the end of this episode, so don't even need her either.
But she just comes in to work. Like, her life is literally work, and that's been established the whole time. This is why Owen doesn't really see her in any other way.
Yeah,
like,
he's not noticed her.
He's not noticed her. They've had probably a drunk kiss or whatever.
Well, they've been in the park, as proven by the fridge.
They've had a day in the park. They've had a selfie in the park.
Whatever that's about.
Yeah, they probably had a work. Do you know what? They probably went out and had a takeaway instead of having the Chinese there. They probably went out to the park and had a barbecue.
But I think
which Yanto had to set up for them because they can't do it themselves.
But I think she has been consistent throughout like that. Like even when we saw her in Aliens of London with the space pig, she was exactly the same kind of character. Back then as well.
But I think she's just had I think she wants, but she doesn't know how. She's a very sad character.
She'd laugh. Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, you are right.
Yeah, because the first we see her.
Oh, that's funny. Look at him laughing. What a meanie.
Anyway, but what happens next? And then she's not dealing with listening because she doesn't tell everyone about the pendant thing as predicted.
I don't think she feels she can.
Well, no, because once she's heard everything, what they all think about her and stuff, she's not going to be like, guess what, guys? I've been listening. But it's interesting, she can't hear anything from Jack.
Oh, I did like that. Yeah, I did like that.
That's good.
Well, yeah, because what did you think? My initial thought was that she can't hear anything from Jack. And I mean, obviously, we know he can't die. I wondered if it was some sort of godlike thing. That was my initial thought.
It keeps him as the doctor-y figure, isn't it? If it was the doctor, you wouldn't be able to hear the doctor's thoughts.
Yeah, I thought
way.
He was purposely hiding it, but he sort of says later that he's not. Right?
Well, later on she can hear him.
Oh, later on he goes in. Yeah,
he does it intentionally, and I think he says she could hear. He could sense that he could sense she was trying to, but obviously there's scratching. She's scratching him away, scratching away. Yeah, but I like that because it wouldn't really work then, because Jack is obviously very suspicious straight away, way earlier on than we know that he's suspicious. Like when she asks about like the pub quiz or whatever, I think that's like red flag for him.
Oh
like,
yeah,
like,
she doesn't
Tosh,
lie.
she doesn't go to the
She's
pub.
got a computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Why does she ask?
She would know everything, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
She would know all this
She's
stuff.
got that thing that
She
scans
Googled it
books in the
herself.
first episode. She must
Yeah,
have it on
yeah,
there.
that's the thing. She got all the gadgets for it. So that's
Just
when he
research
knows.
herself. She didn't need to ask Jack. She could have gone well under the radar here.
So that's when she knows. So if she could read his thoughts, it would, in terms of the story, that wouldn't work, because then she would know that he knows. And so we need that surprise later on. So it all works out.
It either had to be a blank mind or complete filth. Right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing Captain Jack is thinking about. Just cocks and and alien fannies.
Yeah, speaking of alien fannies, Mary is still hanging around Tosh.
It is quite
a
funny
lot.
when she transforms in the kitchen and just sort of goes, "This is me." do, do, do.
That's where all the budget went.
And then she just comes back, and it doesn't actually mean anything or progress anything. It's just yo, and then
Well, it just shows.
When I was
to
watching
Tosh.
this, right, because bear in mind, I mean, we've had Doctor Who, but I was thinking about the actress, right? You've been cast in Torchwood. It's a spin-off of Doctor Who. It's a bit different, though. You're going to be this sort of character. I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when we talked about the first series of Doctor Who and how people maybe weren't sure where to pitch it, or, you know, what a comparison is. I wondered like what she was thinking, like in terms of how to act and pitch this herself.
I thought she was quite good.
I thought she was good, but like especially that moment, I don't know why that came up, and I remember thinking, God, I wonder what she thought when she got this script and like thought, right, where am I going to put this?
Well, it's different. She's been doing a sitcom for like 10 years, so it's very
but
different
it's so
for her.
different.
Yeah.
And it's not. It is Doctor Who, so she'll know what Doctor Who is and how that would be, but it's not. But also, you're going to have a lesbian kiss scene with this character, so she knows it's different.
Well, yeah, and I think the hook of it was the chemistry, or like it's weird chemistry between Tosh and her, and I think they get that right. Having not seen this for ages, and this is one where, as a kid, I thought was really boring. I really quite enjoyed watching this again. But I think if I'd maybe, like you guys, had watched the first 6 and gone into this, it would seem quite boring. It's the fact I've just popped in and got a little dose of Torchwood and popped out again.
Well, yeah, it's not like action of the week, is it? Well, in a different way.
Absolutely
All
not.
the budget went on that.
There's different action going on, but it's not like your action adventure.
We miss all the action.
You don't even
What you
see
want?
that, though, do you?
You don't see that. No, you don't see any.
You don't see
actual
any
action.
of it. The budget went on that special effect, which looked great. Sometimes the special effects look shit. That one looked great.
But the story goes a bit, for me, it's that bit where she goes off and stops that man killing all his family and stuff. It just sort of seemed to come out of not nowhere. It just sort of went off in that direction.
Well, I think it goes nowhere.
Yeah. And that's it.
It goes
And-
nowhere.
But I suppose it's trying to highlight, you know, what this thing can do and all the different thoughts and stuff. It was just strange that you went suddenly off and you followed actually that story.
But also, like, it gets revealed that she's been stealing hearts for 200 years and eating them. And that didn't really add into anything. That didn't really feel like the same.
Nothing went anywhere in this story. For me, right, I'm watching this. So when she's in the middle of a city centre and I was like, right, okay, maybe this is going somewhere. It happened. It was over and done with so quickly. And like you say, she whacks him on the head. There's nothing else that happens from that. Wouldn't have been more interesting. I would have loved to have seen Torchwood come and like, what's happened here? And she's trying to keep quiet about it. Nothing like that happens. Literally, doesn't come up at nothing.
Well, she has a conversation with Jack about it, but
yeah, like it's like 10 minutes later. I'd almost forgotten it had happened myself by the time that conversation came round.
so just while we're talking about
Also,
that moment.
also, can you imagine just hitting someone with a golf club?
Yeah.
I just can't imagine actually doing it. If he's holding a shotgun like that, I would find a way to stop him that didn't involve me bludgeoning him with a golf club.
But she's used to that sort of stuff, isn't she?
Is she? Yeah.
I mean, last week I reckon if she'd had the chance, she would have done it.
Oh, has she had that weapons training that Gwen had? Do they all go through that? Do they all get
Do they all
touched?
The
have
one
to
where they all
touched
get
by
touched
Jack?
by Jack.
So they get touched by Jack with guns training. She's probably been through that. But that scene, the mum in that scene, Sarah, did you recognise her?
Right. Is that Thingy Bowen? Was she one of the tutors at...
She's Illyri Thomas. Yeah, so where we worked, there was a performing arts thing, and she was a tutor. She taught the drama, so she came in
I got her name wrong, but I knew it was her.
So she's a local Welsh actress, and she's also stars in The Pact, the Pete McTighe drama as well. But she, I made her a cup of tea every day for a year, and I had no idea she was that mum in Torchwood. I would have asked her. Oh my God, you nearly got murdered in Torchwood.
Doing a big finish anytime.
I was like, can you look up this name? I said Eleanor Bowen.
No, not Ellen Bowen. She's the other one, yeah. Illyri Thomas is her name. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, it's her.
No, I knew it. I saw her face. I was like, I know that face. Oh,
she was a bit grumpy.
She was always grumpy, yeah.
She was
the one that came down and had a go at me when one of the kids was having a seizure. And she was like, well, can he come back up? And I was like, he's just had a seizure on the floor. I was like, he's to rest.
Well, her being a bit grumpy, that was the dad's problem, wasn't it? He was like, you're not happy anymore.
So she's perfectly cast then, wasn't she?
Honestly. No, she was the one that came down.
No acting required.
Is he going to be long? And I was like, he's just had a seizure. She was like, well, when's he coming up? I went, he probably needs to rest. He's just had a seizure on the floor.
Because she'd always be like, oh, what room are we in? I'm like, I don't have your timetable. I don't know what room you're in. Pick a room. Anyway, so I saw her. I was like, oh my God, it's her. I think she might crop up again.
We don't have pleasant memories. Let's put it that.
Anyway, we're glad that she got saved by Tosh.
I needed him in my class.
If you were doing Torchwood Doskers, would be a heroic moment award, surely.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yes, yeah. Well, you see, this is where it gets...
She saves that boy.
Pretty brave.
But this is where... But it's her job. This is a
problem
in the
job. That's not her job.
Yeah, job isn't. A job's what Owen was doing at the time.
Yeah, okay.
That's what Jack says. That is not her job.
But I feel like it's under... It's not like...
It's actually Gwen's job.
Gwen should be doing something.
And Gwen's sat around...
in the fucking police. Gwen should be doing shit like that.
Teasing Owen. You know, he's at least doing a job.
But he's also, I just thought it was weird. He's just walking there with the gun in it's quite obvious.
Yeah, I was
that he's holding like a weapon.
I was expecting like a subversion where it wasn't a gun, but it is. It's just
like a massive gun in a bag.
You don't need an amulet for that, do you?
No, it's very strange that. I just thought it was weird that it went off in that direction all of a sudden. They bothered to have that whole scene, but I suppose it's just that what else would she have done? You have to see that amulet stuff play out in real life, I suppose. You have to have something. But then she's walking along the Millennium Centre and she's hearing more stuff and she's getting more stressed out.
When she was on the bed, I thought that her heart was she was going to say something like I could tell it was something to do with the heart because it's in that body and we knew it was a man and we'd obviously seen something at the start. So I thought it was going to be something like either it would make her feel so sad, like she'd done this before. It'd make her feel so sad that her heart would literally stop or burst or something, and it would burst out and she'd take it that way. Or she'd ask her to remove her heart for her.
Yeah, I mean, it might have made more sense if Mary
I can't deal with this pain. I can't deal with this. And she asks her to remove it.
Yeah, because the amulet, did she say something about it communicating with her species? So it would sort of make more sense if she needed the person she was going to love to wear the amulet, but humans just couldn't take it, and so it kept blowing up. That would sort of tie into the story a bit more, I think, than just because I don't really understand. Is it every 10 years she just eats someone's heart?
Yeah.
But then we also had that similar with the fairies one, didn't we? They were were they doing something like that? Or I feel like we've already had that. No, I feel like every 10 years they took a child or something, didn't they? Or something like that. Anyway, it was something like that.
But they really creeped me out, those fairies.
Oh, no, sorry. Countryside. That was every 10 years they were taking everyone's organs.
Yeah.
That was it. So we've had something similar already.
But yeah, I because she was lying on that bed and she was talking about the pain and how much it hurt. And obviously we've seen that, and I thought, oh, I wonder. And she could see that she was smiling about it, so I thought she was going to ask her to like take that pain away or something. I thought it was going to lead to that.
So I suppose the plan is to get Tosh really stressed out, so she'll take her to Torchwood.
No, her plan was to take her and get that device.
Yeah, but she needs to get into Torchwood, so she's getting with Tosh, but then also Tosh is sort of breaking down because she's listening to all these things and everything's going on around her and stuff, because she knows that she can. That's
but
like a
I guess I
weakness.
didn't understand what the point was. Like, why did she want her device back? Was it because then she can get back to her planet?
She can get out because she needed it. Yeah.
That was it.
But it doesn't really tally up to the first half, I think. And
because if she wanted it, she would have just gone into that dig site and literally just picked it up straight away.
She's been there for 200 years. Yeah.
Yeah, she's had plenty of time to get it. Once you look at it like that, it doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't all tie up, I don't think.
And that scene is quite a good scene of her on the bed, like stressing out. And then it just like cuts to little shots of Jack on a roof. And it did make me giggle.
He's on top of the City Hall.
He's on City Hall, yeah.
Like, we haven't had.
He just had a chat with him. I kept thinking, like, earlier he was on the phone with the Prime Minister. It's almost like he's just been with the mayor or something. He's just come out of a meeting with the mayor.
That's what I mean about just lots of like B-roll cutting away to stuff throughout this whole episode for no reason. You don't need
him
that.
On the phone to the Prime Minister is very like Pertwee era, isn't it? Like the Brigadier was always on the phone to the Prime Minister.
Yeah,
I quite liked it because this is the first mention of UNIT.
In Torchwood.
Yeah.
I suppose in Torchwood, yeah.
UNIT. And like they said, have you done that for UNIT yet? And it's sort of, I don't know, I quite like that sort of link with that.
I quite like, they get the piss taken out of them, but I quite like Jack standing on rooftops at night. But this one was in the day and it's put in that scene for no reason at all.
Oh, he gets the phone call from Owen, doesn't he? That's why. That's all he's doing.
Yeah, but
that's why he's up there.
Doesn't need to
but
be
it's not even
there.
up high. It's not even up high. That's like 2 stories. That's just like a normal house.
Years ago, they did a wedding from that. Do you remember, Mark? That's where the wedding was for the Roald Dahl Day when the Ladybird married the fireman.
Oh, Roald Dahl in the city.
That's where they stood after the
How
wedding.
How dare he stand where they stood?
Just to explain, we had a Roald Dahl weekend. I got stuck in it, so I was late for a wedding.
There's a whole city celebrating Roald Dahl.
You Cardiffians and your Roald Dahl.
He's from
I love Roald Dahl.
Cardiff. So, but the story, it was like this whole big like surprise to Cardiff, so no one knew what was going to happen. It was like a whole unexpected weekend. But the big story, there was lots of little things going on, but the big story was a peach had arrived in the city, a giant peach.
It was a giant peach, literally.
It was a giant peach. Massive. And they had like they had the real police and fire brigade involved in the storyline. So the fire and police had to like bring it up the streets. And then they brought it up to the castle and they opened the peach. And then out come all these carriages. They had a fire engine outside. And that's where I was at the front. There's a picture of it. And they bring all the characters out of the peach, right? And the fire brigade are doing all this. This took like 40 minutes. And then I turn around and there's 100,000 people behind me. And I message Mark going, I'm going to be late for this wedding. I'm supposed to be working. But the storyline then went that the fireman that saved the Ladybird, they fell in love, and the next day they got married at City Hall. Or later that evening there was a wedding at City Hall, and that's where Jack stood. And there was a wedding that night at City Hall between the Ladybird and the fireman, and there was a big party at City Hall that night because he'd fallen in love that day when he rescued the Ladybird from the peach. That's what.
But then, so Jack's there.
That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of. But that's why the Ladybird and the fireman got married.
But we don't know why Jack's there. There might be a reason. We don't know.
Maybe he just missed the wedding. Around that time.
Maybe that's it. But he's not really in this much. It's like a Jack light episode.
No, but again, I think that's good. It's good, isn't it? Because it sort of makes you want them back.
Yeah, I like that Jack's just light touches. When Jack's in, he's like, he shows his authority and he's light touches. I like that.
But at some point, they must have all had a discussion because they all know what's going on when they're in the hub. Because then
they
we get
don't have a clue, Mark. When
they Jack's ready.
Jack's ready, but the rest are unprepared, aren't they? Because Gwen's no, she stood there like, oh, I'm prepared for hostage
She's
situations.
I've got all this training. What can I do? And
I've got this training, and she does nothing.
Yeah. Owen's like, what's he doing? Like they know like Tosh is in danger, and that's about all they've got.
Yeah. I like the hostage situation and everyone can read the minds of what's going on. I like that because, normally you're like waiting for that. Who's going to do what?
What I didn't like, I liked that. I liked the whole scene really, but what I didn't like was when Mary just had super speed for one bit.
Yes.
Why was that necessary?
Well, I generally hated throughout this episode all of Mary's weird cut super speed things.
Well,
when she's in bed and it's like weird cuts.
That was just sort of the edit in terms of the production sort of editing, the way that they did that. Yeah, but then in the hostage bit, she actually is super speed. She can super speed it. Yeah, yeah, that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I hated the edits of those moments.
It was, the really direction jarring. Actually is a bit different.
But I think actually that is the element that made me find this really difficult. Because I found it really hard to just be fluid in this story. Generally, I found it a really jarring episode, and I don't think the edits helped. It cuts so much.
Well, yeah,
because it's like an ADHD nightmare.
The director decided to fade out on like that 1.5 minutes of just the nighttime of the city when you're just waiting for something to happen. Yeah, there was some weird.
It didn't feel much different to me, but I've not been watching them in order. This is what I expect from Torchwood. I expect it to be quite quick and zippy and shite in a way, like guerrilla filmmaking sort of thing.
Well, I mean, we should have started when we did this to do a tally of every time you see the Millennium Centre from above. Because that's at least 5 times an episode. They use that shot every now and then, but this just had more than that. This is more than usual, I think.
This was really set in the bay, though.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Mary's Jack's like dealing with Mary, that was pretty good, right?
Oh yeah, he's great with her. And then they have their weird like "you smell amazing" scene and like
hang on.
No, when he's when he sends her off. When he sends her off.
That yeah.
Yeah. He's just like, I've sent her to die.
Yeah, and he's like, it shouldn't be hot. We sent her there at night.
But then this is what makes it different to Doctor Who, because I was saying in the fairies one, he sends that girl off to live with the fairies. He's like, deal, you can have the girl. And I was saying that the Doctor would never do that, and the Doctor would never do this. He would find a different way.
Say that, Sarah. Do you remember the Seeds of Death? Patrick Troughton.
I remember
Ice
this
Warriors.
episode.
What else happened in that one?
They're like, there's weather. There's big foamy.
Oh
things.
yeah,
Miss Kelly.
Miss Kelly.
I see. Mark says this, and I'm like,
Troughton sends the Ice Warriors into the sun.
I've said this before because Mark's always like, the Doctor won't do that, and I'm like, yes, he would. I said when it was the fairies that I think he would have done that. If it meant saving the rest of mankind, then the Doctor would have allowed that girl to go and do that. There've been plenty of times where the Doctor has allowed one person to be the sacrifice for the greater of mankind.
Mark's deeply
whether he's happy about it or not.
Yeah, but he didn't need to send her into the middle of the sun. I think he was like, unless it was like he's protecting Tosh and was like, you can never see her again as well.
No, what you want about? There's been loads of times where they've done like double. What was that one? Like literally David Tennant's first episode where he's like, he gives that thing and then he does a trick on him and the guy jumps and falls off the universe.
Oh, that's because it's a second chance, though, isn't it?
That's a second chance. You see, he didn't give Mary a second chance.
I think. You're right.
He could have given her.
He could have dumped Mary anywhere. The fact he throws her into the sun is just brilliant.
Was she a prisoner then? I didn't get. Was she?
He said that she's a prisoner. Yeah,
that
was a 2-person teleport, and there was a guard and her, so she was a prisoner, which I think is why she must be in Hearts.
So I suppose she's killed a lot of people and stuff.
Yeah, and he was just like, "Fuck you, get in the sun."
Yeah, I don't know. He's just.
It's brutal. I love it. There's no messing about from Jack, and that's what you need at the top level, you know? He's the man that'll just do the job.
Yeah. I think so.
Are they all just gunned down Lisa? Like, they were all happy to just gun her down?
Watching it this time, I couldn't remember whether it was her or Lisa that gets gunned down. So I was sort of waiting for Mary to be shot to pieces. Because I knew it was one of them. Because you're right, it does seem like every other week they're just sneaking their other half in and getting shots.
And Jack's had enough of it. Maybe that's it. He's like, no, well, this is what happens when you sneak someone in. They get killed. They're going to get murdered.
I think he would. I disagree. I think the Doctor would do stuff like that.
I'm not sure about the kid one. I'll be with Mark on the kid one, but the Doctor
Sacrifice
literally
child.
has sent people into the sun. So
Right, okay, there we go. I didn't realise that had happened in the Ice Warriors. Wow.
What do you mean you didn't realise, Mark? You've watched it. You've talked
I
about
haven't
it.
watched it for. Yeah, I didn't realise that they. I
This
don't
is
know.
what
I
Mark
can't
does.
remember
Mark
that bit.
forget things all
I
the
remember
time.
Miss Kelly and stuff, but I can't remember
he
the
doesn't
Ice
send Miss
Warriors.
Kelly into the sun.
And then at the end we get that little scene, Tosh and Jack sitting outside.
It's quite
Little
nice. It doesn't really
chat.
mean anything, but it's quite nice. He doesn't really help her, does he? She's still like quite like, I'm a bit fucked up from this, and he's just like, ha, 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 and walks off. He's like, give me that report in the morning.
I think that's how he does help her. I think he gives her sort of a focus because she's
Get
so.
back to work.
What else can he give?
Yeah, just because she hasn't got anything else.
She has nothing else. What else can he give her? He can't give her counselling. They haven't got budget for that.
Maybe
What else can
untuck
he
your
give her?
jeans from your boots. Gwen, try it.
All he can give her is like, right, come back and focus on work. You've just said I'm dead.
Just focus on work.
Yeah.
But I thought he was going to take the pendant off her and
He gives
lock
her
it
the
up or
choice.
something.
He gives her the
Does
choice.
give her the choice, which is nice.
She just leaves it on the floor.
She crushes it,
It's a
Mark.
bit.
What are you on about?
Yeah, no, but it's a mess on the floor, isn't it? He just leaves it
She
on the
doesn't
floor.
leave it and walk away for someone to pick up. It's
Yeah.
absolutely smashed to pieces. She properly smashes it up with her foot, with her boots that Gwen said dated.
I was like, I hope
Dated
someone.
boots.
I think Yanto comes out and brushes it up and puts it in a
Probably.
special
Poor
bag
Yanto.
afterwards. I think that's his job to do that.
Yanto, by the way, probably has the worst moment in this, but it was brilliant. Mary's in the hub and she's like talking about like how sexy she is, and it's like, oh, so soft, so wicked, and the camera cuts to Yanto and he like raises an eyebrow, but it's in that hostage situation. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Everyone's taking it really seriously, but the director's always got, just show a little bit of sexy to Yanto. He raises an eyebrow. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Yanto's great. I love Yanto. Yanto's my favourite character.
Go on then. What's your? Because Mark asked you to rank them in an earlier podcast.
Yeah.
Did you do this?
We haven't actually done
I've
that
done
yet.
it for a while
We haven't
because
done it for
I
a
found
few.
there were so many of them. I found it really difficult.
I'd quite like to know your ranking now.
Oh, okay.
Yanto at the top.
No, Jack at the top, Yanto, Owen, Tosh, Gwen. Owen, mainly because, I mean, he annoys the hell out of me, but actually he's a really rounded character. And
Quite a captivating
I
presence, isn't he? You enjoy watching him even if you don't like him.
you don't have to like him to find him a great character. Like, he's really funny. I like that we've learnt more like about his, like he was a doctor and a surgeon and all that. So there's obviously a caring side to Owen, and we have started to see more of that. He's not just this one-dimensional twat.
I was just thinking,
That's the episode title.
I would go Yanto, Tosh, Owen, Gwen, Jack.
Wow.
Because I'm
Why?
never that bothered about Jack. It just depends. I'm just never that.
I think Jack's
I
great.
prefer the others.
See, for me, Jack, whenever he's on, generally, other than the whole gun thing, which annoyed me,
Yeah, apart from that, yeah.
apart from that, pretty much every scene of Jack's, I feel, has served it served a purpose, or has been like, even if it's brief, it's taken it somewhere. Like, even that at the end, he's given her a choice. You know, they've had a bit of a funny moment dialogue, and it's been like, it serves a purpose, their scenes. And that's kind of Jack's character. He's leading the team, or he'll make a decision. He's the boss of them. You know, he's not always there, but when you do have him, his character has purpose. Gwen serves no purpose. You could lose Gwen and the place would continue. Right?
I mean, maybe apart from Gwen, whenever there's no one that's really, like,
You
when they're on
lose
screen, I'm like,
Yanto,
oh, I can't wait.
You lose the heart and their takeaways. And as someone that loves a takeaway, I feel that. Also, Yanto's acting's brilliant.
So, like, who's your favourite?
Gwen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. So, yeah, we've had that.
Gwen.
Yeah, of course, Gwen.
Owen, Jack, Yanto, Tosh. I'd probably go.
Wow.
I reckon everyone is different though. That's
Yeah.
the beauty of Torchwood.
And for us going through, it's still early days. Like,
Yeah.
we've only just got to know them all.
Yes.
They've only all just had their moment, and it's like halfway
Yeah.
through the series. So,
I also think last week's episode was almost better for Tosh than this.
well, yeah. I mean, no, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. It is a weaker one. I'm enjoying all of it at the moment.
It's a
actually.
weaker one, but I got to say it does. It's one I remember because I think just because it does feel like it has that gimmick of
because it's the lesbian Tosh one.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does feel like it's got that sort of gimmick to it, even though I think it's actually unfair in a way to say gimmick because I think the script is quite good.
Like, you could still, if she didn't have that lesbian moment, it would still work.
Yeah, and the lesbian moment's in
you don't
there.
have to.
It's in there because it's Torchwood. And
that's the only. Yeah.
And it's 2000s, and that's what we like at that point.
It didn't have to be. It would still be the same story, actually, with the same impact.
Yeah, and I do like sort of cringy Torchwood and crass Torchwood, which is why I like the Orgasmic Energy one. But this one does feel slightly more mature. You know, it feels slightly more developed than.
Yeah, it's more like character driven.
Oh yeah,
and actually, it's the actress that plays Tosh as well. Brings a lot to it. She's a brilliant actress. She's absolutely great. I mean, they all are.
I think last week was a better story for her. Last week, I really felt for her as a character and her journey and her with Yanto. I think it's because Mary's a very one-dimensional character. And so she's trying to bounce off that sort of energy. But Mary's very like, I'm sexy and I'm hot and I'm going to persuade you. And that's kind of all Mary brings.
And an egg cup.
And an egg, yeah. Egg cup.
I think this one, it does have a bit more of a. We've sort of said it's like a quiet day at Torchwood. It does have a different flavour to it. I imagine if you watch all of Torchwood and you end up being a massive Tosh fan, you would like this one because it does offer something a bit different than the others. You know, I really enjoyed revisiting it. I've got to say, I wasn't bored. It was like messy in a way that I sort of want Torchwood to be and expect it to be. Yeah, for one that is slightly more boring than others or doesn't have as many things to grab onto, it was still really fun just revisiting this period again.
I was just incredibly bored.
Oh no.
So bored.
I don't think TV's this fun anymore. Even if it's problematic in parts or if it makes mistakes in others, it doesn't feel as fun.
The last 10 minutes was the best part.
Because it was ending.
And the first 2 minutes. The start, when it's like setting up, I was like, oh, this is interesting. We've gone back. Okay. Then nothing happens for ages that's actually interesting. It's really jarring, jumped around. I was like bored out of my mind. I forget how long was left. Oh my God, I'm only halfway through. I didn't really give a shit about Tosh and Mary. Like, I didn't care about them.
For me, in terms of like Doctor Who, it's like a Idiot's Lantern or a Fear Her type episode. It's a bit filler. You can't have epic stuff every single week. And we've just had something epic. We've had the Cyberwoman and all of that.
It's a bit
you have to have a
Boomtown,
quieter
isn't
story.
it?
But I'm
Boomtown.
sad
Yes.
it's a bit
I'm
Boomtown.
sad that this episode is a Tosh focus one. Like, to learn more about this character is that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, but she's sad.
That's her life. That is her life.
So she gets
We've
a sad
established.
episode.
Yeah, we've established that she is. That's yeah.
And it makes Mark laugh every time.
Sad character, sad episode. That's what it is.
She is, and it is.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
When you release this.
We will see what happens, Mark. We've seen him. It was boring.
So it's not going to be up there to rewatch with the case of Aranis, is it?
No, not this one.
When you release this, Mark, people are going to be like, an hour and 20 minutes on Greek
Oh my
kiss.
God, yeah, I know.
How?
Well, yeah, there was a bit more than I thought to talk about, actually.
When they're terrible, there's more to talk about. We always say this. When they're good, you're like, it's great, and that's it. But when something's really bad...
It's not really bad.
I didn't think it was terrible, but it's probably out of them first 7 that you've seen, it's probably my least favourite, if I'm honest.
But then next week, there's a little trailer. I don't know, Sarah, did you watch the trailer for next week?
I can't remember it. Remind me.
It's called They Keep Killing Susie.
Oh, yeah, she came back to life, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't really remember what happens in that at all, apart from we see Susie. so I'm looking forward to that.
And just wrote in blood on a wall.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, but I can't remember a lot of what happened. So Susie's back.
Well, it looked like it, which I think is quite fun because she's dead in my head. She was like a one-hit wonder. Do you know what I mean?
There we go. I think we've thoroughly gone through as much as we can on this one.
Sarah's had like 3 separate rants on how shit this is and made them sound different each time, which is very impressive.
But also, a good thing about this episode, this one...
I never know how Mark will edit it, so I've got to really get those rants in there.
How we remember them is quite important, and this one will be, if I say lesbian Tosh, you're going to know which episode we're talking about.
Well,
at least it's distinctive in that way.
Unlike if you said sad Tosh, because that could be any of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I might remember it as sad Tosh. This is a very sad Tosh episode.
Fat Cats Tosh?
Fat Cats. Ladies' night at Fat Cats.
Fat Cats. Ladies' night in Fat Cats. Oh, the memories.
Anyway,
I'm going to find a picture of me in Fat Cats, Mark, and send it you. I'm drunk, though.
Okay, I've got a picture of me in Fat Cats. I'll send it to you.
These need to go on the 2 watch series.
Yeah, I'll put them on there when the episode comes out. Anyway, there we are. Well, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you very much, Luke, for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me on this prestigious episode.
Yes. It's quite fun to not knowing which, it's going to be an episode.
It was. I just,
which,
we said
roll of the dice.
We'll do an episode of Torchwood, series 1. And you just popped up and said it's Greek sparing gifts, and I was like, okay.
It's just how the schedule worked out. It's just
how the schedule worked.
Well, it is.
I know. I feel like I've seen.
It's how the filming schedule worked out. We're sorry. We're glad we could fit you in.
No, I feel like I've seen the first 6 a lot, and then after that, maybe a bit more sparingly. So it was quite nice to do a more sparing one again.
Get why it was sparing, to be honest.
Everybody, this is a reason. Go and watch Greeks bearing gifts. Give it another go, or just give Torchwood another go. Everybody, there's quite a few people that are watching.
Give Torchwood another go. Yeah,
Luke, you should do your little shout out why people should watch Torchwood. Go on.
Because it's just not like anything that's made on modern television. It's definitely problematic in areas, but it sort of owns it in its weird sort of cannonball-y way of just, this is the 2000s, particularly 2006 in a nutshell. This is pretty much exactly how it was like, with 5 silly adults and some aliens. It's great, and also it's just really horny. Like the whole show is like a horny teenager. Whenever it gets bored, it just chucks in either a crude joke that's probably outdated or a lesbian alien. Like it just does. And it's, the regulars are full of flaws. I think I much prefer watching people that are a bit more real than, your usual sort of influencers perfect thing that you get in the modern day. So I say this like I watch Torchwood every day, but to go back to it, it's really good. It's really good and messy.
Are you going to watch some more Torchwood now?
Well, to be fair, that trailer, I was like, yeah, keep killing Susie. I'll definitely check that one out. And the one after that, I don't remember much of at all. So I definitely might do the next 2.
It's that Random Shoes?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. That's a good one. I love the
spoilers.
Sorry. Okay. I love the fun, like the end of the season. The episodes at the end of this season are my favourite.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying these Torchwood 2 watches. It's just nice to have someone's watching them.
someone's going. Well, it's as we record, it's like, what, 19 years ago Torchwood started?
Oh, that feels about right. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw something online saying, 19 years ago this month.
I'd have been 10 upstairs in the sister's bedroom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mum and Dad downstairs watching football as wives or something.
I
Our
would have
Footballers'
been.
Wives. Has so much Footballers' Wives energy to it. Mark, look at that face. Mark loves Footballers'
I
Wives.
love Footballers' Wives. I
Mark
need to do a
loves-
rewatch of that. Yes.
Mark loves Footballers' Wives.
Yes.
Mark talks about Footballers' Wives more than you would
And-
expect.
And the multiverse with Bad Girls, you can alternate. They cross over.
Mark
Oh my God,
loves
amazing. I
Bad
love it when
Girls.
TV shows cross over like that.
Yeah. Mark went to
Um,
see Bad Girls the musical. Mark is a big Bad Girls fan.
anyway, we'll see you all next week, everyone. For
Bye.
they keep. Hang on, I haven't done the outro yet.
Oh, sorry.
We'll see you all next week, everyone. For they keep killing Susie. In the meantime, you can follow us at 2WatchWho on social media and at patreon.com/2WatchWho. See you all again, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
2 Watch Who.